Hi everyone, it's Jess, aka Colouring Bumblebee, and I'm back today with another video for you. Today is another rank and rate video, and my books are threatening to slide off my off my desk here. But as you can see from the thumbnail, the title, and what you can see on screen now, I am doing Johanna Basford rank and rate. And this was one that kind of surprised me when I was going through my books of ones I thought I loved more than others turned out to not be the case, and it was a slightly different ranking than I maybe would have first initially thought it would be. But let me move all of these books to the side. I will first start with my disclaimer. This is my personal subjective rankings. My preference is different from your preference, and that's what makes us all different. I love Johanna Basford. She creates stunning books, and I'm really glad to have all of these in my collection. I don't have all of her books. I don't have Secret Garden or Lost Ocean, just because those books didn't appeal to me personally, but I've got pretty much everything else. So now let me move these to the side and we'll get straight into the video. So in last and 9th place I have Johanna's Christmas. And this is, again, like the Hannah Kaiser one, kind of because it's such a limited theme, but also because compared to our other books, this one is really quite simplistic in its style. It's got a lot of doodly details in it, and I would love to see her do another Christmas book in her more detailed art style now, because there's a lot of pages like this with all these kind of swirly details that she doesn't really do as much anymore, like these mandala pages, lots of patterns, lots and lots of empty spaces. And it would be nice to have, I don't know, maybe like a small Victories style for one focused on each of the seasons of the year. That would be amazing. I have done only a couple of pages in here. I did this one for Christmas 2022, but I finished it in 2023. I quite like how it turned out. I used lots of glitter gel pen on the swirly details, which was a nice added touch. But I haven't coloured in this book since January of 2023, because the only other page I have is this one, which was Christmas 2021, the first year I got this book. No, that can't be right. That's Christmas 2022. I wasn't colouring in 2021. I must have written the wrong date there. Getting confused. But this one has a lot of glitter gel pen on as well. I do think the glitter gel pen looks lovely in this book, for giving that extra sparkle shine for the Christmas vibes. But moving on to my 5 favourite pages. First up I have this one of the Gingerbread House Village. I just think this looks like quite a fun page to colour. You can have lots of fun with different colours for the sweetie decorations and on the roofs and window details, and keep the houses themselves quite neutral in tone. Yeah, I just think that would be a lot of fun to colour, that one. Then this one I just think is super pretty, kind of a wintry page rather than a Christmas page, so you could colour it in sort of January, February time. But yeah, I just imagine this page in lots of cool tones, blues and purples, and thinking that would look super pretty and would be pretty easy to colour as well. Then I have this double page spread. I just thought this was a lovely classic Christmas scene with the fireplace on this side and the Christmas tree on that side with all the presents underneath. Yeah, it's just a lot of fun, that scene. Then I really like this cuckoo clock. Just think it's cute. Got no other words for it really, I just think it's cute. And again, a nice simple page to colour. I suppose that's the nice thing about this book, the fact that the pages aren't too complicated and detailed to colour. But my favourite page is this one of the polar bear with the presents on its back. I just think it's adorable. You can use a limited colour palette, you can go crazy with colours, do whatever you like really. It's got a big open background, which I feel like because this has got water at the bottom, I would want to do a background maybe kind of like go crazy and try doing some like Northern Lights inspired background. Maybe that's an idea for this year. I have wanted to colour this for a few years and just never got round to it because it's a bit daunting, but maybe this year is the year, we'll see. But that is Johanna's Christmas in 9th place. Then in 8th place I've got Enchanted Forest, and this was a book that surprised me of how low it came in my rankings. I thought I loved this book. Turns out I'm not so much a fan of it anymore. I really loved it when I first got it and coloured quite a few pages when I first got it. But the line work in this is very, very thin, and there's a lot of zendoodly details, loads and loads of leaves. And yeah, there's just not as many pages that were attracting me in this book as I thought there were. Lots of double pages like that with lots of trees and leaves that I cannot see myself colouring anymore. But when I first got this book, the idea was to colour in it front to back. Then I hated the last page I did and I haven't returned to it. But there are some really cute pages in here that I would definitely like to colour. And I wouldn't get rid of this book just because it shows some of my early colourings. And it's nice to see that progression. But here we go. This is the page I coloured and just hated how it turned out. My idea was to have cool versus warm tones and have silver be the accent on this one and gold be the accent on this one. The silver paint pen turned out really, really streaky, and I don't like the purple tones I used for the owl. It doesn't work for me. I like the leaves. The leaves look alright, but everything else I don't like. I kind of want to colour this page with that one covered up, so I just put a piece of paper over it so I can't see it, and then have a nice side-by-side comparison of the two. But I've also done this page with the kind of pea-toned yellow background. I really loved this page until I put the background in, and then I regret the background choice. But colouring all the autumn leaves was lots of fun. That was back in 2022. I love both of these pages. That's probably my favourite page in the book. And I really like the limited colour palette. I went for this one, the bronze and blue with this green. I've never really used a colour palette like that since, so I should bring that back. Yeah, I really like how both of these turned out. Really still happy with how I coloured it 3 years later almost. I did this matte page, very simplistic. I was a bit afraid of doing a background, but it definitely needs one, I think. I did the border of these pages. That turned out quite cute, nice and simple. I did the book belongs to page. I like the colour palette there. I was colouring this in the autumn. I feel like it's a very autumnal themed book, this. So I did colour quite a lot when I first got it. And I did the cover page here, which was already partly coloured, and I covered a lot of it with Inktense and did lots of gold outlining on it. So I did enjoy colouring it at the time, but yeah, I haven't been inclined to return to it almost 3 years later. But favourite pages, I love both of these two. I really like Johanna's animals that she draws with leaves in them. I think she's got some other ones of like a hedgehog. Yeah, hedgehog and a rabbit, but I like the squirrel and fox just a little bit better. I think they're so cute. Then I really like this one, the little tree stump with all the mushrooms growing out of it. Again, a lovely autumnal page. I love both of these. The idea of having the scene, something in the centre with leaves bordering it, I just think is a really nice composition. I can imagine this with almost like a galaxy background and doing blues and purples and pinks for the leaves, going something crazy. Yeah, I really like that. And I love the way Johanna draws her castles. I think they're absolutely stunning. And I really like this page of the little leaf-powered boat. I just think it's really cute. And then my favourite page in the book is, oh, it was a tie actually. I couldn't decide between the two, so I thought I'll include them both. I love this one of the duck pond with all the bits underwater. so many talented YouTube colorists have done this as a tutorial, and I'd want to do my own spin on it. But equally, I love this cute frog sitting on the lily pad with all the flowers surrounding it. It's quite a realistic scene here compared to this more kind of fantastical scene over here, and like the art style of it is a bit more doodly, but I just think he's so cute and it'd look great in some nice bright summery colours. But those are my favourite pages from Enchanted Forest in 8th place. In 7th place I have Magical Jungle, and this is a special book in my collection because it was my first ever colouring book as an adult. So I did colour a few pages in here when I first got it, and I've even got some like thumbnails coloured in at the back for sort of colour inspiration. And there were more pages in here that I liked than I thought I did. I've done this double page spread with the insanely bright blue background that I wish wasn't quite so blue. But I think I wanted to do it the shade lighter with pencils, but that pencil was like tiny, so I thought it wouldn't survive for this, so I went the shade darker. It's very vivid, but I really enjoyed colouring the flowers, I remember, back in the day. This was before I dated pages, so I think that was pre-September 2022, and I started colouring in June, so it would have been June, July or August, that first summer of colouring. Same for this one. I found an inspiration picture for this on Pinterest actually and tried to emulate it as best I could. I did some very different colours than I normally would for flowers, and I actually did an attempt at a bokeh background, which I think turned out okay. I think it is pretty cute. But yeah, I never seem to be this sort of out there and bold with my colour choices, even now. But yeah, I like a lot of the pages in here, but some of them, which are these big background scene pages, I'm not so much a fan of. I just don't know what to do with the backgrounds. This may have been the second page I ever coloured with my stripy gradient background. Definitely could improve on that nowadays, but it's nice to see this as like my first attempt at a gradient and seeing how I've improved over the years. Yeah, it's these big scene pages and huge leaves that I don't think I'd ever colour, but the smaller animal ones I could still see myself colouring. Quite like those too as well. Another early one, this monkey tree. I just used a bunch of different greens from my pencil set and went to town. Again, could do a better job if I coloured now, but it's nice to see my progression. Then, oh, I love this page of the panda. I think it's so cute. And looking back, I don't hate how it turned out. The background isn't very smoothly blended, but that's okay. And I've got this page as a whip. The idea was to use a whole bunch of different greens for each of the different kinds of leaves, and I did one of the leaves and said no thanks. But I did enjoy mindlessly colouring in the background, so it served its purpose at the time. I've got this as a whip as well. I started colouring this on holiday in 2022. Was it 2020? No, 2023. And I did all the leaves, and then I wasn't sure what colour to do for the flowers, so I left it. But I would like to come back to that and finish it off. This was the very first page I ever coloured, with some very, very bold choices on the toucans and these outlines on the leaves. Like, I've never done anything like that since, but it's a fun first page and not too crazy, and I would quite like to get this one done. Cover this page up whilst I'm colouring it so I'm not distracted by the colours, and just have a side-by-side comparison of this is my colouring today, that was my colouring when I first started. I love both of these two pages. I was a bit obsessed at the time of doing smooth gradient backgrounds, and I'd really sort of found my stride in doing these. That one was September, and I think this one must have been August before it, but yeah, I was really pleased with those. I think they turned out really nicely. I think that might be it for coloured pages in here. Oh no, got one more. I think this was the latest page I finished in the book. A little bit better at the gradient background. And I think this was one that I had as a whip for ages, and then finally just finished it off it's okay. It's an okay page. But there we go. Oh, and I've done the book belongs to page. Nice simple colour palette of lots of greens, orange and yellow. There we go, that is Magical Jungle. And then my 5 favourite uncoloured pages are this page of the monkey hanging out in the tree with the open book. This was a page that really appealed to me when I first started colouring, and I thought, no, I'm not colouring it now, I'm going to save it for when my skills improve. And it would be nice to come back and do this. And this page is also very lovely with the little parrot in the centre there. I really love these chameleons, quite similar to the sort of toucan page I did. I just like the sort of mirrored image. I think it's quite a satisfying one to colour, not too complicated. I love this one of the elephant in the bottle. I just think it's amazing. This was very close to being my favourite in the book. Really, really love that one. And again, it was one that I loved when I first got the book and wanted to save it until my skills improved. And I really like this one at the back. There's 3 or 4 pages, 1, 2, 3, 4 at the back of the book, which are single-sided, which you could use whatever mediums you like in this and really go to town and challenge yourself. I really like the flamingos. I think they're really sweet, and this would look lovely coloured in. But my favourite in the book are these 2 pages, which I would treat as a double page spread, of the hippo on one side and the little fish on the other side. I just think them contained in these little vined sections underwater is so cute. Again, this is another page I've seen people colour a lot and really inspires me. But yeah, those are my favourites from Magical Jungle, the book in 7th place. Then in 6th place, I have World of Flowers. I know this is a lot of people's favourites, but I find the concept too limiting. I like a book with lots of variety, so the fact that all of these pages are very floral focused. I've done this sugar skull page. I used acrylic paint pens for the skull itself and pastel pencils for the flowers to give a nice contrast. Turned out quite fun. But I like colouring different things in a book. Having a book all of flowers doesn't appeal to me as much. I say that, I've just recently bought a book which is just flowers. But never mind. I really do like this page. I decided I didn't want to do a background, so I just did a load of glitter gel pen dots. I don't know if that's picking up on camera. But I love doing pink and purple as a colour combo together, so that's a good page. Yeah, there are some gorgeous pages in here, but lots of mandala-esque ones with very repetitive details, large open spaces that just don't appeal to me as much. This is the last page I did in it. Really don't like how it turned out. I think I could have done a lot better job, and I think that's why I haven't coloured in this book since, because I was unhappy with the last page I did. But I love this truck next to it. Should have flagged that as a favourite. I've done this one, which I really love how this turned out. I like the dark jewel tones I used for all the little houses, and I used a black ink tint for the background. It's very solid, very solid black, but it turned out to be nice and effective. I love this bell jar here, the flowers inside again. Love me some pink and purple together. And I really like how the silver metal work turned out. I was a big fan of colouring metal colour combos for a while, and this was a page I was colouring during that, and yeah, I don't think I could improve on that metal really. It's pretty nice. So I've done a few pages in here, more than I kind of expected to have done. And I've also done the book belongs to page. I did quite a few of these when I first started my colouring journey and getting my Johanna Basford books. And this one is nice and pastel with lots of silver gel pen dots and details on it. So let's go through my 5 favourite pages now. First up, I have this butterfly perfume bottle. I just think it's stunning. You could have lots of fun with a glitter or metallic gel pen for the filigree details around the butterfly wings and in the corners here. Again, I would probably use lots of pink and purples, maybe some blues as well. But I just think that is a absolutely stunning page. I really love this double page spread of the kind of almost lab setup of all of these different perfume bottles, plants, jars of things. You've got some little, I don't know what you call this, science experiments going on, extracting weather from things and pushing out liquids, all sorts going on here. It's a really fun detailed page that it reminds me of the kind of style of pages in Brooms of Wonder, which is a book I definitely love. I also love this one of the butterfly. I really do love the way Johanna draws butterflies. They are just stunning, and you can have lots of fun with glitter gel pen again. And I really love these flowers as well. They're quite different to some of the usual flowers that Johanna draws, so I really like that one. I love this double page spread. I think this border is quite fun. Again, metallic gel pen or glitter gel pen for the border, and I see pinks and purples. Whenever I see Johanna Basford's flowers, I go pinks and purples. I don't know why. Is anyone else like that? They just have their set kind of colour palettes for what they like to do, but I think this would look lovely in pinks and purples, and sometimes you just want to use your favourite colours. So I really do love that double page spread. My favourite in the book is this one. I just love it. Kind of reminds me of the BFG. I think I saw someone one time colour this like a bright green, like, it's been years since I read the book. It's the name of some potion in there, and I just think it's fun, and all these bleeding hearts and how they're kind of putting the bleeding hearts liquid into the bottles. You can have so much fun with colour and glitter on this page. Yeah, definitely a favourite in this book for me. So that is World of Flowers in 7th place. Is that where we're at? No, 6th place. 6th place, World of Flowers. And then I have Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. If I had to complete one Johanna Basford book, it would be this one. It is amazing. It's a storybook, and it actually has a story written in it, which I haven't read through the whole way because I'm kind of reading as I colour, which I've only coloured a few pages, so I don't know how the story goes and how it ends, but I just think this is such a fun concept for a book. I'd love to see Johanna do another storybook themed to something different. I think it would be so fun with her more kind of developed art style. Like, this is definitely within her older style of drawing, but I just love it. And I think it looks so satisfying when you have a whole bunch of pages coloured. And I do want to colour this front to back, but I have been stuck on the treasure room, the Room of Wonder. Is that what it's called? The Room of Wonder? It says it on here. The Wonder Room. I have been stuck on this for ages. I thought I would keep the kind of shelves and desks and wood, all this kind of neutral tone brown, and have all this bright colour going throughout it. The last I coloured was all the blue bits, and I just thought I'll pick up different colours and just colour away at different sections, spreading the colours out. Like, I've got this kind of ivory colour for a lot of the letters and maps and things like that. I'll bring like the greens throughout and all sorts of different colours. I've got them recorded down and they're there ready for me when I feel like colouring in this page again. But to be honest, every time I flip through this book, I want to come back and colour this page and finally get it finished and move on to this lovely butterfly here. But I have done these 2 pages, which also took me a long time to do, with all the different little objects found in the Wonder Room. I think that turned out quite nicely. I did both of these pages. Loved colouring this strawberry cake. That was a lot of fun. And yeah, I like the bright green tones in this book. And I did the book belongs to page with my nice rainbowy butterfly. And I've done the title page as well. And I love how these pearls turned out. Not so much a fan of the other gems. I think I would have, if I was doing it now, I'd do them lighter colours rather than these bright jewel tones. They look a bit out of place on the page, but these pearls turned out really nicely. But going through my 5 favourite pages that I cannot wait to get to, I have this one of Ivy leaving the house. I'm pretty sure in the story it says that they've got a nice pink house, so I can't wait to do the background of this all nice and pink. I think that'll look really nice. I love this tree house. I just think it's a lot of fun with them on the little boat there. Yeah, you could just have fun with colours on a tree house, I think. And you've got all these fun leaves to colour as well. Oh, I love this one. It is very similar to the Wonder Room in terms of level of detail, but this magpie is so cute. And even though they are daunting and it would take me forever to colour this, it is a favourite page. Like the Wonder Room is a favourite page for me. But yeah, just because a page is your favourite doesn't mean you necessarily want to colour it right away. Or even, it doesn't mean that you even have an idea of how you want to colour it. It's just, it's a page you love. And this is definitely one of those. Then I also really like this one. This kind of reminds me of the page I coloured in Enchanted Forest with the kind of bronze and blue colour scheme. They have to bring that over to this one, but I love the berries on this. So that's why that one was a favourite. And I love these shelves here with the little moths inside the jars. I think that's really, really cute. And this moth on this page will look lovely as well. But my favourite in the book is this double page spread of the kind of picnic in the garden. I love colouring food, so this, especially this table section, is going to be a lot of fun for me. I think I might get sick of colouring all of these flowers and leaves, but it will look amazing all coloured in. So that is my favourite page from Ivy and the Inky Butterfly by Johanna Basford. Really do need to return to this book soon because there are so many fun pages to colour. Like this is a nice simple one. And yeah, just colouring them together as double page spreads. Got some gorgeous flowers to go to colour. And just getting through and getting a few more done would be lovely. That's Ivy and the Inky Butterfly in 5th place. Then in 4th place I have Small Victories. Now this may surprise people. I know it's a lot of people's favourite or one of their favourites. But I'm not drawn to this book. I can't put my finger on it. I think if I'd just started colouring, I would have been all over this book. I think it's a great book to start your colouring journey with, and the ability to colour these small pages, play around with colours and shading and blending. It's the perfect book really for it. But I think because I have so many books with nice lovely detail pages I want to colour, I'm just not so drawn to this. She does have another Small Victory style book, Inklings, coming out next year, and I think I'll wait to see a flip through of that to see if it appeals to me, because I've barely coloured in this book and it would seem silly to get another. I have done this rainbow pencil page. Not my favourite how it turned out. I don't like the blending on the flowers. I think I could have done a lot better of a job at this, especially considering I coloured this last year in 2024. It's not my best work, but I do love how this little fruit salad bowl has turned out here, and I would like to finish the rest of this page soon. Yeah, there are some adorable pages, lots of little florally pages, which again aren't my favourite. I much prefer the animals, little buildings. I have done both of these. I used a colour cube palette to help me decide the colours for this, and I've really had a lot of fun colouring these trucks. Really like the teal, pink, blue, orange colour scheme. I think it was a really fun one to do. But that is everything that I've coloured in this book so far. I have bent the cover, which does hurt me. It hurts my feelings, but it just shows that a book's been used and loved. But moving on to my 5 favourite pages. First up I have this one of the glass teapot with the glass mugs. I just think it's stunning, and I've seen a lot of people use kind of gold accents on it, and I think that's definitely what I'd want to do as well. Yeah, that's a beautiful page, that one. I really like this one of the lighthouse in the bottle. You can play around with a nice kind of sunset background or a sunrise, galaxy. It's quite a small background, so it wouldn't take long, but you could have a lot of fun playing with different colours there. I really like this one of the little animal motifs. It's very autumnal to me, so I think I would want to use some nice orangey, reddy, browny tones for the leaves on this page. I think that would look really, really cute. And to colour this one in the same colour scheme, I think would look lovely as having them matching. I really like the ice cream sundae and also the fruit. It's quite a boring page, but I love colouring fruit. And I think whatever colours I use on this page, I would want to bring across to this one to make them look semi-cohesive. Maybe not use all of the colours of the fruits, but just a few to make it kind of complement each other. But my favourite in the book is this little tortoise. I think he is so cute. I know a lot of people have coloured him. I have no idea what colour scheme I would use. I think I would go nice and natural, neutral tones for the tortoise, and then have the flowers be some nice bright pop of colour. Yeah, I just think he is the absolute cutest and can't wait to colour him one day. But that is Small Victories in 4th place for me. And in 3rd place I have Worlds of Wonder. I do think this is my most coloured in book by Johanna Basford. One of my first. Magical Jungle was my first. I think this may have been my 3rd or 4th book. But I've got this page as a whip. I kind of don't know if I'd ever finish it or how I would finish it, because I have no idea what colours and pencils I used really. But it's a fun one to look back on. And yeah, I did colour a lot of pages in this. I just love the variety in this book. I've done both of these pages. You can see I coloured this one first because it's got no date, and then I did this one a few months later using the same colours brought across to the other page. Love the teal, pink, blue, orange, yellow colour scheme that I used here. I think it's just so fun and bright, and I don't use it enough. But whenever I see pages that I've coloured with it, I always really love how they look. And I love the little kitty cat there. So those are 2 really fun pages. Did this double page spread. Love how it looks. I did kind of ruin the coral here. So in order to fix it, I went over with a white paint pen and then coloured over that with a pencil. And so it looks really kind of weird, but I do love the overall result of the page, and it was a lot of fun to colour. I love this cat that I did, and I have actually got my colours saved there so I can bring them across to this wreath here. I could see myself colouring this wreath in the future. It is nice. I mean, you know I love colouring strawberries, so that would be something that I could potentially come back to, but I love how this black and white cat turned out with the nice limited colour palette. Yeah, I like how you got flowers in here, you got animals, you got scenes, big scenes like this. I have based this with water-based markers. There's still a few elements that I've yet to base because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with them. I don't know if I will ever finish this page, but that's okay. It can stay a forever whip. I've done both of these using lots of purple tones in both of them. This was my first time trying soft pastel in the background. Didn't like how it looked, so I went over the top with a dark blue pencil and tried to blend that out. Turned out weird, but it was a good learning opportunity. This one of my mini gradient pencil backgrounds that I was really enjoying doing. This one was a lot of fun doing the rainbow colour scheme. Quite a simple page, but I enjoyed that one. I love how both of these turned out. Probably some of my favourites in the book. I used the Brute Vuna Pastels set for both of these pages, and the purple, pink, blue, yellow colour scheme is one of my favourites, a nice go-to for me. Both of these, love how they both turned out. The bee was a lot of fun to colour. And then I coloured this one first and brought the colours over to this one. So I brought this kind of pinky peachy colour from the house on the flowers and the same blues for the backgrounds. But yeah, I've created quite a nice depth of shadow on this page. Really like how it turned out. I've done the lemons. They were nice mindless colouring on the couch one day, I think. Very, very light pencil shading, and I wouldn't colour like that again today, but it's nice to look back on. I really did do quite a lot in this book. I love my rainbow treat cart and bringing the colours across onto this page with the fun polka dots in the background. Something that I haven't done for a background since, but I think looks really nice here. Should do that again someday. I've done both of these. I think I coloured this one first and brought the colours across to that one. Really like the teal. Again, the orange, yellow, pink, bit of purple as well. Really nice colour scheme. Done this one, which I coloured like the Disneyland Paris castle with the pink castle and blue turrets. That one was a lot of fun. This very cute little bird sitting on top of a house, that was using the Brute Fiona pastels as well, I remember. Very different colour scheme compared to all the others in this book. Another one with the Brute Fiona pastels. Really like how that one turned out, and it would be nice to have the same colours on that page as well with the elephant. And that, I believe, is it. I've done the two book belongs to page and this little welcome heart. And I've done the title page as well, and even done this, which was just with some felt tip pens that I did quickly one night, but nice little added addition. Yeah, that was a lot of complete pages in that book. But let's go through my 5 favourite uncoloured pages. This was hard to pick because a lot of my favourite pages I have already coloured, but I do love this elephant. I think he is adorable, being carried up in the air by all of these balloons. Super, super cute. And as I said, I'd like to bring the colours over from that page to do it. I really love these 4 birds. I think I saw somewhere someone did them themed to different seasons, and I'd love to do that one with the spring, summer, autumn, winter colour palette. And then I think that would be fun to bring across to these as well, having nice pinky colours for spring, like yellowies for summer, oranges for blues for winter. I think that would look nice for both of those pages. But yeah, it's quite daunting, these birds, and how I wanted to colour them back when I was colouring regularly in this book. So that's why I avoided that one. I really love this one of the kind of miniature up house being carried up into the clouds by the balloons. I like how this page has been bordered. Is it? Did I draw that in? No, I think that is bordered. Yeah, I was just like, hang on, did I draw that in myself one day? No, I didn't. But yeah, I really like that page. I love this double page spread of the mushroom houses. I think I was going to colour this one month and then I ended up not doing it. But my idea was to do a rainbow of mushrooms, like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, going across the page. Just thought that would be a lot of fun for this one. And then my favourite in the whole book, oh, not that one, is this one. It's the first double page spread in the book, but I love these floating islands. The thing that prevents me from colouring it is all of this background, and I feel like for this page it does need a background to make the islands look like they're actually in the sky. I am more than happy to leave many of Johanna Basford's pages without backgrounds, as you have seen in this book. I don't think they need them necessarily all the time. There's another one like this Small Victories one, doesn't need a background for me, but sometimes when it's a scene I do think it needs a background to help ground it or put it in the air, not ground. But I do love these islands and using nice bright colours across the both pages. yeah, I have no idea how I would approach colouring it, but it's my favourite in the book. So that's Worlds of Wonder in 3rd place. Then in 2nd place I have Magical Worlds. This is currently her newest book, and this was released at the end of last year. And this was a book that I went on a bit of a roller coaster with in terms of, do I like it, do I hate it, do I love it? And I think I've landed on I love it. When I first received it, I quite liked it, and then the more I flipped through, I was, I don't know, a bit frustrated at the amount of Small Victory style pages, especially when we have a Small Victories book and a sequel to that coming out, which we didn't know at the time. It was just, I don't know, frustrating, but I have loved colouring in it. I've done this Royal Duck, which was a colour along on the channel. Just love the colour scheme I used for this page. So much fun. And I think colouring in this book made me fall in love with it more and made it really go up in its rankings for Johanna's books for me. I love the creativity of it. I like how it's kind of a mixture between Worlds and Rooms of Wonder with some worlds like this. Really enjoyed colouring this. The Mossy Isles, which was the competition picture she had at the start of this book release. I did this as a colour along as well. Really enjoyed the limited colour palette. I think it works really nicely on that page. Yeah, this has a nice blend of interior, exterior scenes, little contained ones. I like the variety of this book. It's got some really, really fun ones. The only thing I'm missing is the double page spreads. I do love a double page spread by Johanna. Don't like all of them to be double page spreads, but 4 or 5 even would have been nice, because the only really double page is this one, where it's kind of they're themed together, but the rest are very much their own pages. But this one was a hard one to pick my favourites, because there's a lot I love in this. But here are the 5 favourites. I love this fish in the vase of the succulents. I just think it's adorable. You can have a lot of fun playing with the greens of the succulents at the top and bringing some of those tones down to the bottom. Yeah, I just think that's a really cute page. I love this pumpkin. I was very close to colouring this pumpkin as my first page, but decided to do the Mossy Isles instead. I love colouring pumpkins, but yeah, I think this year I will have to try and include this in my plans to colour, because I just know I'm going to really enjoy colouring that page. I really love this Kingfisher. I think it's a really nice simplistic page. Again, one that I wouldn't need to do a background for, just something in this diamond here. I think the diamond itself is going to be fun to colour, and just playing around with some metallic details as well. I think that's going to look beautiful coloured in. I really like this little house. Kind of reminds me of some of the houses in Worlds of Flowers or Ivy and the Inky Butterfly, but with her more updated style. I just think it's adorable in this little frame that it's got there. But my favourite in this book is this one of the rabbit, or is it a hare, sitting on these mushrooms, framed within a circle, all these lovely leaves surrounding it. I would go full magical for the colour palette. Yeah, I think this is going to look so lovely coloured in, and is my favourite by far in this book. But there were a lot of other pages that I did really, really like and was close to picking as a favourite, like that whale I think is adorable. I really like, what else? I love that fox. That fox is so cute. These dragons, so many in here. That butterfly pulling the house. I love the bee there. Yeah, so many in here. It was hard just picking just 5, but that is my 2nd place book, Magical Worlds, which means in 1st place is Rooms of Wonder. In my opinion, I think this is some of Johanna's objectively best work in terms of detail, in terms of cohesion within the pages. I think she just hit it out the park with this book. It really fits the theme of the Rooms of Wonder. It's just perfect. I've done a fair few in this one. I've done this little bathtub scene. I think that turned out really cute, a nice soft colour palette. I've done both of these. You know, I usually like to do my pages, my two facing pages match colours, but this was an exception to that. I knew I wanted to go very mid-century inspired for this pineapple page with the furniture in there. And then this one I coloured for my birthday in 2023, and I wanted to do purple icing as that's my favourite colour, and rainbow pastel as that's my favourite, and it brought me a lot of joy colouring that on my birthday. Yeah, another book where I love all of the pages in here. Done both of these. This one I finished off at the start of this year, finally finished that one off. But I really like the Owl Post Room, one of my favourites in the book. I've done both of these using matching colour palettes. Really love how they turned out using the Brute Funa pastel pencils. I'm not so fan of those Metal Gear pages, but everything else I love in this book. I love this Rainbow Room, one of my favourite pages I've ever coloured. And another favourite is this one of the waterfall shower. It's got lots of glitter gel pen in the waterfall. Oh, I love how this turned out. I'm so proud of it. One of my favourite pages I've ever coloured. Yeah, there's so many in here that I'd love to colour, and I cannot wait to do. This one I think I could have done better. I had a vision of nice pastel colours, kind of ice cream inspired, and what I think the issue is that this doesn't match the background. Like the ice cream counter with the nice tealy colour doesn't match the pinky yellowy colour of the background, but that's okay, we live and we learn. And it was a fun page to colour, it was. I'm not so much a fan of these wallpaper pages. I don't know if I would colour them, when I would colour them. It would certainly be one of the last pages I ever coloured in the book. But pages like this of the rooms, I love. I've done this sewing room, which was so bright and colourful and rainbow. It was a lot of fun to colour. It did take me several months though. And this origami room, I really enjoyed colouring that with my nice pastel colour scheme with the nice teal colour for the desk. I think it turned out really sweet. And that is everything I've coloured in this book. I have done these two keys at the start. Some nice fun metal combos there. But moving on to my 5 favourite uncoloured pages, I have this double page spread of the shelves. I can't really put into words why I like these. I just do. Sometimes you have pages like that where you just like them. I like all the different books and objects and how it's all magical. Just think it's a lot of fun. I really love both of these. I love colouring fruit and food and veg and everything like that. So these smoothie shelves are really fun, and I know I would love colouring this fruit mandala. Just taking a fruit at a time and having lots of fun with nice bright colours for both of those pages. I love both of these as well. I've kind of cheated in this where I like both of the pages next to each other, even though they're not a double page spread, but this magical wizard's apothecary shelf with the planets inside the bottles, it's really cool. And this one with the planet. This was the competition page when she first released the book that I couldn't colour because I loved the page so much. I didn't want it to be my first page in the book and then it to be all done and out of the way with, so I didn't colour that. I could see there's bits of bleed through here. What did I colour? Ah, this was because I used a bit of a water-based marker that bled through there. But another favourite is this one of the dressing table. I've been very close to colouring this several times, but I picture lilac and light blues and it just being nice and pretty using my favourite colours. Yeah, I like how it's got this circle but loads of flowers and around it. I just think it's a really lovely composition. But my favourite page in the book that I haven't coloured yet is this one, the honey factory. I just think it's so cute. I love colouring bees. As you know, honeycomb, you can add lots of gold metallic watercolour in it. Then you've got all these beautiful sunflowers and just having a lot of fun with a lot of yellows on this page. I cannot wait to get it coloured. But there we go, that is my favourite page from my favourite book by Johanna Basford, and another rank and rate episode done. So I would love to hear in the comments, as usual, which of Johanna Basford's books are your favourite? What's your top rankings of them? I'd love to hear in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye everyone.